Hello, it's Rosie Quartz here, and I am teaching you some songwriting inspiration for beginners.
Stars shining bright above me. Breezes seem to whisper.
We're going to get cozy, just chill out, drink some coffee while I talk through some advice. So, let's get into it. You'd like to start writing your own song lyrics. However, you have no idea where to start. Understandable. It can be a tedious process sometimes, but when you write something that you're finally proud of, it can be so rewarding. I love songwriting personally. I've been doing it for a long time, since I was a little girl. But obviously, we all need to start somewhere. My lyrics were not very good, and I'm still, learning now. So learning process, we're all growing. So I'm giving my advice today on what I would suggest. So yeah, I hope you learned something. Step 1, establish the genre of music you'd like to create. So I want you to listen to a range of genres to see which ones you like. If you're anything like me, you might like so many different genres. So you might be like, whoa, this is a bit tricky. But I want to make it clear that there's a big difference between choosing a genre of music that you like to listen to versus a genre of music that you would like to personally create. For example, I love listening to rap every now and then, but do I see myself writing or making rap music? Not really. So you've got to see what you're comfortable with and what kind of style you see yourself making and leaning into. That's not to say to limit yourself though, because you might surprise yourself. You might think there's a genre that you would never suit, but who knows? You don't know until you try it. How do I suggest that you experiment with this? I recommend that you listen to beats off YouTube. Lots of music producers will upload beats to YouTube that they have created themselves. If there's an artist that you like, I don't know, Doja Cat for example, I want you to search Doja Cat type beat, okay? So the artist that you like plus type beat at the end of it. I just want you to get a feel for the music, see if you're vibing it. If not, that's fine, click off it. Doja Cat creates lots of different types of music. We've got her song Demons at the moment, and then there's the song Say So or Moo, like completely, well, not completely different, but yeah, pretty different. It might not be your exact style, so keep looking until you find one that you're like, oh yeah, I kind of like this, like I could see myself listening to this and I could see my voice kind of suiting this. And then I want you to get out your audio recording on your phone, just press play, set it aside, and as you're listening to the song, just sing whatever comes to mind. Yeah, whatever comes to mind. If you're singing about not knowing what to sing about, who cares? Just sing it, okay? It might be terrible, but trust me, the more you do this, you might just find that something that comes out sticks. Now, sometimes it helps to have an idea in your mind beforehand of what you'd like to write about. I know that there's been a time that I had just gotten back from a date and then I was feeling inspired to do some songwriting about it. Then I would just hit record and start singing about it. I'd sing about my experience of what happened, how I felt, anything. You could write about a relaxing, lazy Sunday, literally anything. I personally find it easiest to write about experiences. So if you can, go out and just make memories, whether it's by yourself or with friends, and use that as inspiration to write songs about. You can always just use your imagination as well. Some of my songs are purely based off imaginations and what I'm imagining could happen to me one day, but they haven't yet, so the sun's much better now. We are going to have a listen to a beat that I found that is free for me to use in a YouTube video together, and I'm going to give you an example of what I would do. Okay, so you'll see free acoustic guitar type beat, In My Thoughts. I am going to have a little sing along to this song. It's called In My Thoughts. Sometimes the title of the song will kind of give me something to go with. If I'm literally have no idea what to sing about this time, I might just be like, okay, they named it In My Thoughts, let's sing about being in my thoughts. So yeah, let's try that. I'm in my thoughts every day, day. There's no way out from you. You've got a hold on me and I can't get through from you. What to do, yeah, about you. And when you're singing, it'll start to not make any sense. You might say words that don't sound like they fit. That happens to me a lot. And I'm just like, ew. And I'm like, ugh, cringe. It makes me cringe, but then I'm like, no, it's fine, focus. And I'll just keep singing what comes to mind, okay? Record it on your voice recorder and just have it there, okay? If you absolutely hate it and as you're singing, you're not really vibing it well, just leave it there. You might come back to it later on and be like, oh, I actually didn't mind that. Or you still might think it sucks later down the track, and that's also fine. Now I'd like us to move on to my next step, which is keep what's good, shelf what sucks. It's important to mention that with this method, it can really be a hit or miss. Sometimes I have off days where I literally am just blank and I cannot think of anything, and everything I'm singing just sucks. If you're vibing with it and you feel like something that you did there flows, once you stop recording, the part that you like that flows, I want you to type down those lyrics into your notes. 99% of the time, I do not keep those lyrics. I'll often keep the melody, so the way I sing the words, but the lyrics, they were at the top of my head, so I highly doubt that they're going to be like amazing. Just think about it. It's like when you're at a job interview and they ask you, why do you want to work here? And at the time you're just like, you're put on the spot, so you just blurt out any answer. And then later on you think back, oh, I could have said this. It's a very similar thing, I feel. But the good thing about songwriting is that you have the opportunity to go back and edit it. And so that's what I'll do. So I would write the lyrics that you sung that were terrible, but you liked the melody of, into your notes in your phone. And then later on, you're going to edit them. Now I'm going to show you an example of one of the songs that I have personally written by using this method and how it kind of transformed over time. Here is a backing track that I found that I really liked back in the day, well, not too long ago, and I wrote some lyrics to them, and I have now changed them, so it's coming up. Can you love me right? Can you love me right? Let's pretend for one night that you could love me right. Will you show me tonight? Oh, 'cause I get lonely. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, can you love me right? Can you love me right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it says. Let's pretend for one night that you could love me right. Will you show me tonight? So, at the time, I'm like, just blurting out words. So it's all about wanting to spend more time with somebody and not being ready to go yet. Knowing that they're probably not going to be someone that you're going to end up with long term, but you're lonely and they're good company. Now, after trying to think about what I wanted the song to be about, I went back and I edited the lyrics to you kiss me goodnight and walk me outside. You fade into the night, I'm not ready to say goodbye. Can we have tonight? So I'll sing it for you so you can get the idea. You kiss me goodnight and walk me outside. You fade into the night, I'm not ready to say goodbye. Can we have tonight? Oh, 'cause I get lonely. Blah, 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 blah. You're me. You get the idea. So yeah, I feel like when you go back and edit your lyrics, you're just able to express the real message that you're trying to get out there much better. However, through just singing whatever came to mind, that helped me get the melody. So this final part is, I call it understanding how to use the beats. Because let me be clear that I'm showing you how to use YouTube beats simply for inspiration and to get the creative juices flowing. And I say this because every beat is going to have usage rights. So you cannot write a song to a beat, unfortunately, and then produce it and go about your day like you have complete rights to it. There's always going to be usage rights for that beat in the description of the video. If you cannot find them, don't assume that it's free to use. Always try and email them or DM them just to clarify your usage rights. There are some beats out there, luckily, which are free for profit. So that means you're allowed to use them, like where you can upload them to Spotify or whatever it may be, they'll specify. However, in return, they might just want you to credit them as a producer, which is so amazing. People who do that, you're such a blessing. You're really helping us out. So thank you. In many other cases, you will need to purchase a license to use that beat. So once again, the explanation on how to do that will be in their bio or the description, of the video. So you have options. You might write a great song to a YouTube beat and you might like to purchase it. Okay, real easy, done and dusted. Okay, I've done that before. I've had a great experience with it. The producer guy was really nice and responsive through emails. This guy is named Rare Bear. I just had to purchase a license for the song or the beat, and then I went ahead and took the beat to another producer where they could record my vocals over the top and add their pizzazz to the track to make it sound really great. And now it's on Spotify and YouTube and all that jazz. The other option, of course, like if you play an instrument like the guitar, simply use a beat for inspiration. I don't personally play an instrument, so I found writing songs tricky because even when I did write songs, I didn't know where to get the music from, like in the background. So that is why I first started listening to beats off YouTube, and that's really helped me begin songwriting, because it helps when I have an idea of the sound already in my brain. Now that I have a band, we only use the beats as the inspiration, and then we go ahead and add our own flair to it. And you might change it up completely by adding different drums and giving it a whole new feel. In that case, when you change it up enough so that it's super duper different, you won't always have to purchase a license if it sounds completely different. But be very careful with that. I usually would go the safe route and purchase one just in case you don't want to end up getting into some legal troubles. So just be careful of that. So now I'm just going to show you the beat that I wrote I Felt You To and how far it's come, because then it just kind of gives you an idea on what you can do with a beat. Okay, so a starting point, finish point. So this is a beat that I first started writing to. This by Rare Bear, by the way. Okay, so that's a beat that I found and I liked how it sounded and I was getting a good feel from it, so I wrote some lyrics to that. And then I took it to the studio and I got extra added to it. Okay, so I still purchased a license. It was my first time recording to it, so to be extra safe and to make sure that, you know, I was giving the producer the credit they deserved, and made sure to do things the right way. Then I went ahead and made this version of the song. I might just try to add the audio in over the top since I'm recording on my phone. And any little comments, I'll just write in here.
Strong hands grip, my lips drip from your kiss. Hearts racing, breathtaking, sweet tasting. Feel your body underneath my body. I know that you want me.
So I don't know you could hear the differences or similarities. Hopefully I have given you some inspiration on getting started with some songwriting. It doesn't have to be perfect, it never will be. Try not to filter yourself too much as well. Sometimes, you know, there'll be something you want to say and express, but you're like trying to filter it, but just let it out, just say it. Don't judge yourself too hard. You can always change up or edit any lyrics. Just sing what's on your mind, get it all out. I have a million voice recordings on my phone, and sometimes when I'll record something, I'll think it sounds terrible, and then I'll go back months later and be like, oh, I kind of like this. It's like you're listening to it with fresh ears, and it makes such a difference sometimes. So yeah, you might surprise yourself. Okay, best of luck with your songwriting. If anybody has any questions, feel free to comment them down below, or if you just want to share a song or something that you wrote, amazing, share them in the comments. Thank you so much. It's Rosie Quartz here, and I will see you next time.
Like the ocean, set your soul and move.